Hi, everybody. Mr. Lavasser with you. We have the vocabulary lesson for reading that we're going to do American poetry as literature, or American songs as poetry, I should say. The song we're going to listen to and read in this lesson is Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. It was a song written in the early 1970s, and it has to deal with the protest movements that were happening against the Vietnam War in the late 60s and early 70s. And the protests were against the police brutality that took place during some of these protests. And you'll see some videos in some of these events of that time. And of course, the reason why we study history is so that we can better understand ourselves and this time. And of course, right now we're having the Black Lives Matter movement. And once again, we see that people are protesting against police brutality. So let's take out that vocabulary lesson now that goes with this, and we'll start going over it. All right, here it is. Top says vocabulary builder, prepositions, circumstances. So we're not only working on our vocabulary for this song, we're beginning to really want to work on our prepositions. And prepositions are the kind of word that position things for us in time, when things happened, or position things for us in space, where things happen. So they pre-position. See how that's written right into the word? They pre-position. They put them somewhere for you. They put it somewhere for you in time, or they put it somewhere for you in where it can be found in space. And the next word is, so what prepositions do is they give you the circumstance, what's happening around you. Circumstance, where things happen, when things happen, what's going on, which is the name of the song, what's going on around you. And see how that is in this word. Circum means around, stance, where you're standing. What's going on around you? What are the circumstances? So the lesson, the American song as poetry. This is a culture and literature lesson. And the song that we're looking at this time is What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. So if you've clicked here, you're watching this video. All right. And as always, you know that you can start and stop this video as you see fit and make these videos for you. So as we go through the lesson, you might want to start and stop as you see fit so that you can better understand one section or complete one section. So let's go right now to the instructions for section 1. Listen to the teacher read each term, word, idiom, or phrase aloud. Read them aloud yourself. So I'm going to read them, and then I'm going to leave time for you to repeat them after me. The first one is circumstance. Second one is social justice. Third, protest movement. Fourth, picket signs. Picket signs. Now fifth, escalate. And sixth, brutality. Brutality. Section 2, listen to the teacher read the definition for each term, word, idiom, or phrase aloud. Read them aloud yourself. Remember, English words often have many meanings. The definitions here match the words as they are being used in this lesson. Okay, so I'm going to read all 6, and then you can pause the video and read them yourself aloud. Number 1, circumstance. The conditions of where, when, or how things happen around where you stand. 2, social justice. Equitable distribution of wealth, opportunities, and privilege within a society. 3, protest movement. Group of people who share the same beliefs or values in opposition to a social injustice. 4, picket sign. Sign held with a wooden board from a fence. The signs often have slogans or statements supporting a protest movement. 5, escalate. to increase rapidly. This word was used to describe America's involvement in the Vietnam War. 6, brutality, savage physical violence or cruelty. And pause the video now and read these through yourself. In section 3, listen to the teacher read the sentences using the vocabulary terms, words, idioms, or phrases aloud. Read them aloud yourself after the teacher finishes. Identify the lesson's vocabulary words with yellow. Highlight them to show their function in the sentence. We'll just do processes in this one. We'll just do the words that are showing action. Follow the functional analysis key on the right, and that's what I was saying. So we're going to highlight the vocabulary words with yellow, and we're going to highlight any of the verbs or action words or the processes, more particularly the processes, which is the verbs that show us, that give us a sense of when or time that the action's happening. And then we're going to underline the subjects with red and the predicate with blue, just because I think we could use a little bit more practice with that, because that really begins to help you understand how ideas are shared. Remember, in English, ideas always have two parts. They have something to talk about, the subject, and then they have something to say about what you're talking about, the predicate. The predicate is going to be information about the subject. So I'm just going to get out my yellow highlighter right away. And as I read through the first time, I'm going to highlight for vocabulary terms. The rainy weather created circumstances that caused the ball game to be canceled. 2, the college students were fighting for social justice by ensuring that everyone had access to the scholarships. Number 3, Black Lives Matter is a large protest movement against the shooting of unarmed African-American men and women by police in this country. 4, the young protesters marched in a picket line carrying picket signs that read, "End the war now." So when people walk in a line and carry picket signs, they're called picket lines. 5, the Americans escalated their involvement in the Vietnam War when they bombed Cambodia in 1969 and 1970. Number 6, the linebacker for the New York Jets brutally sacked the Miami quarterback. The brutality of the hit made the fans cheer. So here, brutally is an adverb describing how he was sacked. So it's more of the circumstances of how that action happened. And here, brutality is the idea of being brutal. So that's a noun here. So let's take out our pink highlighter. And I like this rose-colored pink because I can see the words through the highlight. So the rainy weather created circumstances that caused the ball game to be canceled. The college students were fighting, 2 words, 1 process, fighting for social justice by ensuring that everyone had access to the scholarships. Black Lives Matter is a large protest movement against the shooting of unarmed African-American men and women by police in this country. And I'll leave the last 2 for you. Well, I'll do this one. Escalated is both a vocabulary word and in this case is being used as a noun. So I'm going to go underneath with the pink and I'll try and go on top with the yellow. There. So in sentence 5, there are 2 subjects and 2 predicates. So there's going to be 2 verbs. So there's another verb here somewhere right around there. Okay, so finish those action words, those processes up yourself, and then this one here, you have 2 sentences in this, so you're going to find 2 subjects and 2 predicates there. All right, and I'm just going to draw them in this time. Let's see, maybe I'll come here and I'll turn on the red. Go here and I'll turn on the blue for our underlining the subject. So the rainy weather created circumstances. What created? What did the creating? The weather did. So the rainy weather. What kind of weather was it? It was rainy weather, adjective, description. And then what information do we have about the rainy weather? It created circumstances. That is a linking word that means the circumstances. That's a linking word that means the circumstances. And so in this case, that means the same thing as circumstances. Circumstances that caused the ball game to be canceled. So one sentence, we have 2 ideas. The first idea is that the rainy weather created circumstances. And then the second idea is that the circumstances that caused the ball game to be canceled. Next sentence. The college students were fighting for social justice by ensuring that everyone had access to the scholarships. Since we see that there's 2 processes, we know that there must be 2 subjects and 2 predicates. So in this one sentence, there's going to be 2 ideas. So who were fighting? The college students. So our subject is the college students. And what did the college students do, or what information do we have about the college students? They were fighting for social justice by ensuring. What were they ensuring? That. So here again, we see this word that, which is essentially meaning ensuring. So it's a linking word. It's a pointing linking word. It points at ensuring. The college students were fighting for social justice by ensuring that everyone, there's our subject, had access to the scholarship. And I think you see how it's done now, and I'm sure we need a little more practice on that. So please finish up those. You have a homework video to watch here. And I'll see you in a little bit for the next one. You'll click here for the next video when you're done with side 1. Thank you for your attention and thank you for your hard work. I'll see you in a few.